Mario's getting put in a straight body bag if he runs into Sonic. Sonic is stated to be able to exceed Mach 1, which is pretty fast, but we all know this isn't true because Sonic has done way faster things that exceed way faster than Mach 1. So he's way faster than Mach 1. For example, in Sonic CD, he runs so fast, in base form by the way, that he can go to the past or the future. We all know Sonic is taking speed, so there's no point in trying to fight that. But strength, on the other hand, is something that should be discussed, because Sonic usually forces his attacks with speed, and because his speed is so great, his strength is most likely great, but can't even say most likely, because we've seen he's defeated Solars, which is a creature that lives in the past, future, and present. So if he has enough strength to defeat Solars, his strength is obviously higher than Mario's. Mario's highest strength feat is fighting Bowser Fury, I think. Bowser Theory, I think that's what it's called. People have said that Mario's strength can compare to Dark Gaia's, and Dark Gaia's energy is negative energy, basically, that is used to rip out the Chaos Emeralds from Sonic, which is a direct weakness. So that's basically saying because Super Sonic has infinite speed and it has limitless strength. So that would mean Mario has limitless speed, unlimited speed and unlimited strength, and is invincible. He's invincible in Super Sonic, so he's invincible, which can't be true. There's no way his strength compares to... I know it's just strength, but his strength still doesn't compare to Dark Gaia's. Dark Gaia's strength was able to split the Earth into a whole bunch of pieces, and we all know Mario can't do that. And I think Dark Gaia is like... I don't know if he's a god, but he might just be a creature. But yeah, there's no way Mario's strength can compare to Dark Gaia's. Just to add some little extra stuff, in Sonic Generations, Sonic runs so fast that he's basically restoring the life back to the places after the Time Eater had came and basically destroyed it all just by running. So that alone makes his speed massively faster than light. To restore space and time just by running is already a high feat. So yeah. Oh, but Mario can just react at the speed that Sonic moves at. No, Goofy, Mario can't react at the speed of light. But it's just so inconsistent, it doesn't even seem true. So I'm just saying he can react at the speed of sound, which is still not as fast as Sonic. But even if we did give him that, Sonic is still more faster than light. He's massively faster than light, or unmeasurable speed, if you want to just say that. Especially if we're giving Sonic Super Sonic, which, like I said, he has infinite speed. Sonic just can't use it because he doesn't have he can't handle infinite speed. But if we're giving him Super Sonic, then he won't be able to react to his speed. For abilities, I'm obviously gonna have to give that to Mario. He has so many different abilities that he can store. It's just not enough. Sonic doesn't even use a lot of abilities like that. I mean, yeah, he has a lot, but we don't really see a lot of them using. Like, the main one we see is a spin dash attack where he just launches at them as a ball, which is usually used as the targeted attack in most of the Sonic games, or just a regular spin dash. Well, now that we have that, Sonic would win in base if they were both in base form. Even if we gave Mario the star thing, I think, yes, I forgot what it's called. But it's the Wonder Star that makes him invincible. Not the Wonder Star. The star that makes him invincible for a couple of seconds. Even if he did use it, then Sonic could just dodge him until it runs out. And I did hear that Sonic could just move so fast that he could take the powers ups away from him. But now let's just talk about their strongest forms. Mario's strongest form, I think he has two debated ones. The one he uses to fight Bowser and Bowser Fury, and then there's a I keep saying Wonder Star Cat one. I think that's what it is, where he can glide and stuff and he's invincible. I was gonna give Sonic Hypersonic, but that's just not fair, so we're just gonna give him Supersonic, because that's just his most used, not his strongest form, he's just one of his strongest forms. And Hypersonic it's canon, but it's not used very often, so then it's too broken for that. So yeah, Mario in his strongest form versus Sonic in his strongest form. Sonic still takes the win. I mean, at max, he can last 9 minutes in Supersonic because there is a time limit on it. Just not very seen in the games or like in the shows and stuff. But it is, yeah. And all of like invincibility, all of the invincibility stuff in Mario usually have a timer on it. And yes, that invincibility does have a timer on it. I think it's about 30 seconds, 25. So if they were fighting, because Supersonic's invincible. That's very highly debated, but I'll talk about that later. Yeah. They would both be invincible, so they would just keep fighting and invincibility, hitting each other, not doing anything until Mario's ability would eventually run out before Sonic's, because like I said, at max 9 minutes is how long Sonic can last in super form. So yeah, and Sonic would still win. Yeah, Supersonic is invincible. It's been shown multiple times in all the games that he can't be hit in Supersonic. Obviously, game mechanics like getting crushed or falling off the map obviously kills you, but that's just really game mechanic. Yeah, it's just, I thought everyone knew this. As long as you have rings, you can really just stay in, but people always say, oh, what about when Knuckles knocked him out? Knuckles is the guardian of the Master Emerald and has special connections to the Emeralds, and is trained Echidna warrior, so obviously he has some sort of connection with the Emeralds, and he's a trained warrior and a guardian of the Master Emerald, which neutralizes other emeralds. And he's only done it one time, so obviously he has some type of special thing that he allows him to do stuff like that. That's why in Sonic Frontiers, when they're talking and Knuckles pretends like he's about to throw a punch or something, Sonic, while he was in Super, gets, a little scared because he remembers back in Sonic and Sonic 3, I don't remember which one it was, when he knocked him out of Super and stole the emeralds when he was working with blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, other than that, then times when it looks like Super is getting hit is obviously if stuff like in Sonic Advance when he was getting boulders thrown at him and giant lasers shot at him. It wasn't so that he was getting hit. It was just getting knocked back. And the whole rings is a game mechanic thing. We were going off the games, so That's the reason why I was saying 9 minutes, because 99 rings. But in Sonic X, they don't really use the rings as a, if you get hit, you get knocked out. So, I mean, it's kind of confusing, but at the same time, it's not. The rings is not a thingy. But Supersonic is just it's assumed to last that long because of how long you can do that. You're going off the game mechanics, so that's why I said that. But what's it called? Like I was saying, Super's invincible because he's getting hit by giant stuff. Obviously, you're gonna get knocked back. But yeah, Super is invincible, and so is Hyper. And anyone that goes in Super form is invincible. Now let's talk about Shadow, the second most favorited hedgehog. Unlike Sonic, Shadow doesn't show mercy. Like he said. I mean, he says he doesn't, but it seems like he does. He's more ruthless than, not ruthless, like more rough than Sonic, obviously. He usually, it has at least one Chaos Emerald on him. Because in most games, that's when we see him using one. Shadow, on the other hand, he has chaos basically flowing in his blood and stuff like that. He's good with chaos energy. That's what I meant by chaos. And honestly, you don't even need to give him Super Shadow. You can honestly give him one Chaos Emerald and put Mario in his strongest form, and Shadow would still win. He's been shown, obviously, and then I thought people knew this already, but I think some people didn't know that Shadow could top time with Chaos Emerald. But in Shadow X, Sonic X Shadow Generations, he seems like people didn't know this, but he could stop time, use chaos control, teleport, use like blade things, shoot out chaos spears or whatever they're called. I wouldn't be surprised if he can use like a shield move. He probably can. I mean, I don't know all the moves, but Shadow is just, he's too experienced with with chaos, and he's just too much for Mario because he's gonna be teleporting everywhere. He could just stop time and beat him up, yeah. And that's just all you need is one Chaos Emerald or a fake one, which is shown in Sonic X. Well, I'm not gonna use that, but not even. I don't know. I think it was. Yeah, this pretty sure it was Sonic X. Now, yeah, that's. I mean, I don't really. Because if you didn't give him a Chaos Emerald and he just took off his inhibitors, it still wouldn't. It's still just too much for him because, like I said, he has chaos energy in his blood, basically, or in his DNA or whatever you want to call it. And after taking off his inhibitors, he's seen what he can do, and it's not as good as it's not like as better than having Chaos Emerald, but he still can do a lot. Also, if Sonic and Shadow were to team up, they could actually solo the entire verse. I don't really care what you say. If they both went super, yeah, they're marking the entire verse. Let's just say in an alternate situation like Death Battle does. I don't really like Death Battle though. Sonic went Dark Sonic when trying to transform, and Mario went his strongest form like we did last time. Would Sonic still win? So Sonic and Dark Sonic and Sonic X is supposed to be, in that form he fights robots that are supposed to be as strong as enemies up until that point, and his strongest enemy was Chaos using all of the emeralds and transforming into this little beast thingy. Sonic used Super Sonic to defeat him, so he would be as strong as Super Sonic at that point. But I don't think, Sonic wasn't that strong with Super Sonic up until that point. but he still had to use chaos control to, yeah, but let's just say Mario's supposedly as strong as Dark Gaia, so let's just say he's as strong as Dark Gaia, even though he's not. Sonic Speed is still going to be able to even out the fact that he's not at the same strength. Because don't get me wrong, Dark Sonic is still strong. It's just not as strong as Super Sonic at that point. Because after Super Sonic's obviously stronger than Dark Sonic. We all should know that. Fake emeralds are not going to be stronger than real emeralds. It's just because the experience with the emeralds wasn't as great as it was before. But thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe. See you next time. Please subscribe, please. I'm doing things, please. I say my way, Fortnite, say my yeah.